So here we've got 15 balls just scattered, just to demonstrate a routine that I think is quite handy to know or have in your armoury. So it's just a continuation routine. You can do it with as few or as many balls as you want. The more balls you use, the tougher it is. So in this case, we're running 1 through 15 in order, or at least trying to, with a real emphasis on getting position on your next ball. That's the most important aspect of this drill. The reason being that if you miss the ball you're going for, you don't just sort of keep shooting at it. You'd actually aim at the next ball in sequence, regardless of the fact you've missed, and the ball you've missed becomes your next ball to get you back onto the sort of continuation routine. In this case, I'm going to play the 5 onto the 6. So this is an awkward little positional shot, just playing it around the back, and as you can see here, I get on the 6 but I don't get on it well. I needed to get a little more of a stroke there and get higher on the 6, so I've left myself a really thin cut, which I'm still going to go for, but obviously being mindful that I need to try and get shape on the 7 ball. Having missed the 6, I now go for the 7. In terms of the points that I'll explain in a minute, we'd lose a point for the miss, but my next ball now, instead of being the 8, will actually be the 6 and then the 8 after that. The reason this is a routine I quite like is that it keeps you moving. You don't sort of get bogged down in the misses. You just keep flowing, keep going through until you've cleared the balls. So it's quite good at letting you sort of get a bit of momentum, just get down and shoot and not really sort of beat yourself up too much when you miss. Just crack on and keep moving. For that reason, it's quite a nice routine if you've got a tournament you want to warm up for, or a league match and you just want to hit a few racks to get warmed up and you're on your own. This is great for that. I hate playing routines where you might miss the same ball several times in a row, because that can just really knock your confidence and knock you out of your stride, whereas this, you're constantly shooting on the ball you've played position for, and I think that just puts you in a more positive mindset. And then I also think longer term, this routine really helps you not play those shots where the cut or the pot is hard. So you play and just put 100% into the pot without really bothering about position. You just trust to luck. I think this really trains you not to do that. You're always playing shape. And in this case, if you play a combo, that's perfectly fine, in the same way as it would in normal continuation. The ball you were shooting then is a combo ball, so you just continue shooting the lowest numbered ball if choosing to play a combo. So the way the points work on this, if you want to use points, you don't have to, but if you're just trying to sort of measure your improvement over time with this kind of routine, basically however many balls you throw up on the table is the maximum score you can get, and you simply deduct a point for every miss. It's that simple. You can also deduct a point if you scratch, and yeah, that way, for these 15 balls, the maximum I could have scored was 15. In this case, I had the miss on the 6, so I just get 14 out of a possible 15 points. Okay, so as I mentioned, it doesn't have to be 15 balls. I would say that you could do this with 1 or 2 balls, but really you need, I would say a minimum of 6 for it to be useful for beginner players. The reason it's obviously easier is because you've got so much more room to manoeuvre the cue ball around, far less traffic. So you should really be expecting to get 100% when you've only got 6 balls on the table. And as you get higher, like as you get to 9 balls, 12 balls, 15 balls, you can be a bit more forgiving if you you run out of shape a little bit or miss the odd difficult shot. Okay, so as expected, we get out here 6 out of 6, all the points available. Just one last example rack. In this case, we'll throw up 9 balls. and just play in the same way. So possible 9 points available here. And you do get ball in hand. If you can actually play this as in the same way you play the ghost, where you just rack them up in a normal rack, break the balls, and then get ball in hand. That works as well if you prefer to actually be breaking each time, but scattering them is fine too. Okay, so I've got a little underneath the 3. Need to do a little thin cut and play a bit of inside just to hold the cue ball and just overcut it slightly here. So that's 1 point off. So now we've only got a possible 8 points. If for whatever reason we missed more than 9 times, we'd just floor the score at 0. You wouldn't get negative scores. And as you can see, 9 balls, not too hard. Generally speaking, I'd probably expect to clear all of these every time, but the odd miss is inevitable. But as you can see, as soon as you pot a couple of balls, as with the 6-ball setup, there's so much space. You shouldn't really have much problem manoeuvring the cue ball around. So I think for intermediate to advanced players, I think you really want to be minimum of 9 balls on this. But 12 or 15 is ideal because it just creates all that traffic and you really have to work for position. So yeah, hopefully that's a useful routine that you might want to have an experiment with. And on this one I got 8 out of 9, so room for improvement, but we'll keep on trying.